Okay, we're live. This is not a safe space.
We
Along with Bill Gatto, who's been
What
nagging me
up, y'all?
on.
Oh, I just said, what up, y'all?
I am irritated. I'll just put that out there right now. I don't really know what's going on with the quarantine because I'm going stir crazy over here. So maybe you can
Me
film.
too.
You're going stir crazy too?
I'm I'm going very stir crazy, and I don't know what to believe at this point, or I mean, the numbers and the percentages don't add up. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know. I have ignored it. I haven't watched any news for the past week. I stopped. I had to stop. Every time I watch TV, every commercial is some bullshit about how we're doing this together. I don't know. I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
I'm not with it either. And every is my audio okay? Can you hear me, sister?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay. So, no, I'm not with it either, and it seems like every day they have us hanging on such a small string that I believe civil unrest is very close at hand. For those who are of the middle and or no, those who are of the low and higher class, I don't think that they can support the burden, and I think it's a matter of time before people start getting pissed. I
I
mean,
think
pissed,
people are just,
right? Pissed at staying at home, pissed at getting lied to, pissed at, right? I mean,
yeah, not seeing
we're
any money come in the mail.
yeah, yeah. I haven't seen, and it's a minimal amount of money. I mean, what are people going to spend that on? Food that they're
Drugs.
throwing away, right?
Yeah,
I,
I think
I
we should
don't,
turn it on
I
drugs
don't
and
know.
alcohol.
Well, I mean, when you limit somebody's choices, I mean, people are going to go to extremes when they're so frustrated about life, about everything. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's really frustrating. I think it's hard to be home for such a long time. We're going on, I think, 5 or 6 weeks here. Um, People think, oh, if I didn't have to go to work, it would be so great, but it's really pretty terrible when you don't have anything to do. It's boring. You don't feel productive. I work at home. I'm used to being at home alone. So for me, it's just a little different, but just the choice of not being able to go anywhere sucks.
Right, and I think that we can offer a unique perspective because both you and I work at home, and we have the luxury to work from home, and it's even affecting us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I feel bad.
I have a compromised immune system, which I think Um, so my husband's going out and getting everything, and then as soon as it comes in, I disinfect it with alcohol or bleach. Um, and it's like the regular, you need another half hour every time something comes in the house to make sure it's disinfected. But I don't know. I mean, where are the tests? My husband was sick last week. We don't know what he had. He didn't have a fever, so how are you supposed to know if it was the actual virus or not? Every time you turn around, they're saying something different, another symptom or some, I don't know. That's why I had to turn everything off. The only thing I saw lately on the news was people protesting, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Which state did you see that in? Because I've seen a couple so far.
California, Illinois, here, hang on, I'll find it because I just saw it. Uh, Minnesota, Kentucky, California, and Florida. Uh,
Okay,
Okay, here, I'm looking at the news pretty much for the first time. Everything says the counts are getting lower. There's an article that says it may have started spreading as early as September. I'm on the West Coast. I heard that there's a theory that we already had the virus, but I don't know. I mean, I was sick last year. I got pretty sick. But supposedly if you have a compromised immune system and you get it, it's supposed to be like, curtains. So who knows? I don't know.
Right. And where do you think that you personally, where do you think that China fits in? Or do you think that that's just a smokescreen too?
You mean that what is the Hong Kong flu?
Yeah,
Kong.
well, yeah, Wuhan or wherever they tell us it
Well,
originated.
there's a lab in Wuhan that was studying coronaviruses from bats. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to, what are we supposed to not believe it came from that lab? We're really supposed to believe it came from that wet market? I mean, come on. That's just
Right.
more bullshit.
It,
And then now you have the added pleasure if you do say anything, then you're a racist. If you even suggest that it came from there, it's all lies. I think it's all lies. I think China did it. They did it on purpose. Why? I don't have my tinfoil hat on, so I'm not going to get into why I think that. But I don't see how you could think otherwise. What do you think?
no, I don't see how you can think any otherwise rather than that. And I think they did it to destroy, and I think they're really close to destroying the fiat dollar. Sorry, I have super glue on my fingers. That's why I'm trying to get it off. So, but no, I think that they're very successful, and they are trying to destroy the dollar, as they're trying to decimate the dollar. And I mean, people say, oh, it's no big deal, it's not this, it's no that. But if it's no big deal, then where the hell are our official masks in the mail? Where the hell, I
Who
mean, when
said
you're
it's not
paying
a big
$10
deal?
of what?
Who's saying it's not a big deal? Like, what do you mean the virus isn't a big deal?
No, I personally think the virus is a huge deal, but I think it's a huge smokescreen. I don't, and I'm relating back to what you said. I don't think we know what's truly going on. I don't think that they're going to tell us, or they're decimating everything. They're taking our rights away, and they're doing it all under the guise of what's best for us. Now, am I saying that you should go and submit or you shouldn't submit? I mean, I wear PPE for myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I don't need to be ordered to do that because I can think for myself. And then when people are issued PPE, they submit. Like, I believe where you're located, it's an order, correct?
Oh yeah, there's fines and tickets, and you're supposed to spy on your neighbor if you see them out and about, or you think they're, you know, up to no good or whatever, then you're supposed to tell on them. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think at a certain point, it's been okay, 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a 2 week incubation period, let people go back to work. People like me, like if they open everything up tomorrow, I personally would probably stay home another 2 weeks just to make sure. But that's because, like you said, I think for myself, I would think, okay, I just want to be on the safe side. I don't really have to go anywhere. So, screw it. What's another 2 weeks now that I see the end? But you can't,
Right.
like, this can't be the new normal. People are talking about it lasting like 18 months. There's no way that is going to work. There's absolutely no way people can stay inside for that long. You can't. What are you going to do for money? Is the government going to still
Oh,
send you
right.
money? I mean, forget it. If people are going to die, well, at a certain point, people are just going to have to die. And if that includes me, well, been fun. But you can't keep people prisoners in their own homes. I don't know anybody who has gotten sick.
Personally, I don't either. Just for the record,
I don't know
don't
anybody
know anyone.
who knows anybody that's gotten sick. And one of my friends is in the middle of cancer treatment, and both of us are walking around the neighborhood and we walk our dogs. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this isn't like New York has it different. If your city has it different, then you have to do things accordingly. But where I am, we just don't have it.
Right, and that should be your choice as to how and what you do. I mean, it's really hard to debate social responsibility and do the right thing. But I mean, come on, go to the grocery store by yourself. That's what it's like here. I mean, you can't bring any family members. You can't bring. I mean, and I'm not talking about bringing a fucking entourage of people to go shopping. It's just getting a little bit, not a little bit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just like what you were saying. It's totally. I'm trying to think and choose my words carefully here because
I did.
the trolls like to eat us.
I,
But
oh, you know what? You should see some of the comments that I've gotten.
oh, are they bad?
I think they're funny. So, have at it. I don't care about the trolls. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't either, and I think it's important for us to express our true opinions like we are. I mean, we don't agree on everything, but maybe this will spark some intuition and some knowledge and some wisdom among some people to take a deeper look at exactly what's going on, even though nobody knows what the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah. Yeah, or at least feel a little more comfortable, stating your true opinion. I mean, I'm not going to not say anything because I'm afraid of someone commenting. I mean, I always do it like this. I'm not going to go to someone else's channel or page and make a rude comment because it's a waste of my time. I just don't care. But if you're going to come on my page, well, then you're going to get a fight or I'll ignore you. It just depends on my mood. But I'm not going to be quiet because of that. I mean, that's ridiculous.
You're 100. That's 100. I mean, all we can do is express our opinions, even though they may be opposing sometimes, and make people think. And yeah, I'm gonna express myself 100% either way on each side. And I mean, you're 100% right on how many times have I said 100? But that's how passionately I feel about somebody's lying. You know, the fiat currency. I mean, where are we gonna? I agree that the people need money, but you know what? The people need a lot more money than $1,200.
Oh,
At least in my experience, from buying groceries, from getting groceries, and I'm not talking about out to eat. And then I flip on the news and I see these tractors plowing crops. You know what I mean? And what are you going to do with it? Well, we got to throw it away. In my opinion, that's such bullshit. It's so incomprehensible that I don't know how to put it.
well, you can't. They've gone as far as they can go without making it a complete shutdown. You can't go any farther because people who make the things that we buy have to get back to work. There's already a trucking shortage. There's not going to be anything in the stores to buy at a certain point. There's just not going to be there. I mean, it's just time that everybody goes back to work.
Well, and I've been out. I know you haven't experienced it, but in
Yeah,
my neck of the woods here, things are still empty, very empty.
as my husband says, shelves, certain things, once they run out, they're not getting replaced. So,
No, they're not. I mean, I'm talking from canned goods to bread. I mean, they've shut the seafood counters down. I love seafood, but you know what I mean? And people say, "Oh, it's getting better. It's getting better." But every day I go, and every day, well, I don't go every day, but I'm talking hypothetically. Whenever I do go, shit's still fucked up and stuff. You know what I mean?
for sure. Well, I don't know anything that's going on online either. What I've been doing a lot of is I have been hunting down other scammers and trying to either stop them from scamming people or, you know, let's just say that stop them from scamming.
That's that's noble because every dollar it means so much more now, and then when they decimate it, it's gonna mean even more. And are you talking online about like the? Do you want me to give you a breakdown of like the auditing community,
Sure.
or
The last I heard, Josh was left in Indiana. But I cannot believe that. Is he still auditing? I couldn't believe he was auditing and traveling when people were supposed to shelter in place. So he deserved to get the virus.
he is, as to my knowledge, and I haven't spoke with him. Of course, I'm banned on everything, so I mean, you know how that goes. But I haven't spoke with him. But he was hooking up with a person called Auditing the USA.
I
His
forget
name is.
with who they left him in Indiana. They were renting a car or something.
Oh no, that was the first time. Yeah,
The first
that
time.
was yeah the first time. Yeah, the first time. That was by No Name. Uh, No Name got well, and I haven't heard both sides of the story yet. But anyway, so they were in Indiana, and a car was rented for Josh and No Name to get back to
Right?
Massachusetts, wherever they live. Yeah, and this guy's bills were. This is the first time. I'm talking about the first time. Uh, sorry, to drop this on you right now,
No, this
but
is day.
but anyway, so Extra Good Citizen is the guy who rented the car and was fronting as far as I understand, right? I'm not gonna, as far as what's been put out there. He rented the car, what have you, such. So Josh said, well, I want to stay in audit. Well, No Name said, well, we can't stay in audit because this guy needs his rental car
I can't
returned.
say an audit because there's a pandemic going on. I just wanted to throw that in there. I mean,
Right.
that's just not, it wasn't even a consideration. You're going to go to a police station when they don't even have masks and gloves and talk to them about their rights. I mean, there is an idiot.
Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah, no masks, no gloves. And I mean, the last thing that I want to do right now is get on a fucking airplane with the
Well,
recirculated air. You know what I mean. But I guess flights are cheap. You know, I mean.
yeah,
So
'cause
anyway, yeah,
I-
he got stranded, whatever, what have you. He ended up getting back somehow by flying. Now there's a whole debate on whether TSA will or will not accept you flying without an ID.
yeah,
So anyway,
they had this happen to someone
they
I
will.
when they were actually overseas,
Oh,
and they will. You have to fill out certain things, but you can fly without an official ID. If you show up there with nothing and don't tell anybody, okay, they'll probably block you. But if you show up there and say, I need help, I don't have my ID, or someone stole my wallet, they will help you do what you have to do to get on a plane and go home. So if he claimed that he couldn't do that, he's full of it.
he no, he said he did that, but he said, and I know you're not caught up or whatever it was, but he said his ID, his wallet, everything was taken. So anyway, he got on a plane, flew back, and then he decides to make nice with not no name, who's the guy who left him, or not left him, just straight left because John Gray, extra good citizen, needed his money to pay his mortgage, right? So then he decides he's going to go to Florida with auditing the USA, which is Glenn. So they went to Florida, met up, audited for I don't know, I think a couple days, and then auditing the USA left his ass there.
What happened?
It's not been talked about, it's not been disclosed, but Josh has said, oh, well, he's put
Josh's
videos up.
girlfriend?
Oh, it happened again, son. It happened again. And whatever you have, whatever. So he left his ass and took the rental car back. Now, the Florida auditing community, News Now Florida, Rights Crispy, who I don't know if you've watched any of his stuff, but I really like Rights Crispy. Um, they all came to his aid, saved him, and sent him. I think he's back. I don't know. I don't follow like religiously, but uh, yeah, so they rallied behind him, or at least that's what the tags on the videos say, right? And sent his ass back to Massachusetts. So now I guess he's back in Mass, and
Yeah, hopefully
you know,
he stays there.
uh, and during all this, now I know you, like I said before, I know you don't keep up with it, but Nomad, who's different than No Name,
Yeah, I heard.
he did pass away.
Yeah, I heard that.
And, you know, he was trying to get his shit together, I believe, personally, and he had an ex wife, ex girlfriend, whatever, and he was trying to make it right. And unfortunately, he left.
Yeah,
So
sad.
just trying to bring you up to speed a little bit. Yeah, that really really sucks. And he was getting away. He said that he was, if I remember his last live, he was getting away from auditing and was going to do his own thing, but he ended up, as far allegedly, ODing, and he's gone. And since that happened, everything's been kind of there hasn't been much news.
Well, I have a
So
confession to make to you. I gave Turtle Boy $10. Okay, hear me out. He's been doing an expose on your buddy, Kate Peter, dragging her, honey, dragging her through the streets by the hair as she deserves. And I just felt like that's the right thing to do. They had some kind of argument. It appears from what was put out there that she had been taking advantage of him. It was an ugly breakup, and he decided he's going to drag her through the streets because all this time she's been talking shit about people and their kids. She's got open cases with the DCF. She only has custody of 2 of the 4 children she has, which, you know me, I don't really care about people's business, but if you're going to come out and talk shit, I mean, she talks shit about your kids, and all the stuff that she's done to us. So, sending the fake police reports, doing all that kind of stuff to try and get us in trouble. Well, that's what she then turned around and tried to do to Turtle Boy. She tried to have him arrested, tried to get DCF on him. So I kind of felt like Turtle Boy had several choices to make. He could have offered her up the platform where she could have apologized and he could have let her come back. He could have done any number of things, but I think for him to stand up and say, you know what? I got suckered in by this person. She's a terrible human being. This is who this person is. I think it's the right thing to do. And I just fully support it. So I haven't caught up fully with his podcasts, but or the stuff he's written about her. But if you go to his site, he's written quite a bit about her history. So I don't know if you knew that or not, but yeah, I threw him $10. Sorry.
No, I appreciate it. I didn't know the whole story. I know I made a video a few weeks ago that I know they separated. I didn't know the details, so it's just a pot calling the kettle black, I guess, right? I mean, and that's a lot to take in.
She was the pot calling the kettle black with all the blogs.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was going to come on and talk about it, but then the virus happened and it kind of felt like petty. But and then that's when I stopped reading about it. But
well, I fully understand that it's petty, and there's one person specifically that I'm not even gonna name him. You know what I mean? That has commented or made a huge effort on commenting on little things that I put up. And I'm talking just little things like cooking with my dogs or doing my inversion rack. But they make damn sure to throw some type of insult my way.
That's all flattering, though.
I mean, it's like, why don't they have better shit to do right now? And why is right now the time for so much negativity? It goes back to what we were talking about 20 minutes ago, that I guess I don't understand, and I've admitted it since the beginning. I never liked people, but I mean, to be persistent and just throwing negativity out there, and they're associated with that whole crew. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about or not. Read my comments, but
I just think there's something funny about somebody who I mean, every video there's a comment, and he's watching every video that you make. It's I mean, I find it funny, but I find those kinds of comments funny.
Right.
Um, I don't
I
want to.
mean, it's funny once or twice, but I mean, to be persistent and trying to find something negative to say, you know, during this time, I think it is bullshit. Anybody who wants to bring somebody down and doesn't know what they are personally facing, fuck them, you know?
I see your point. I mean, I do, and I don't take lightly if I mean, I came on here when you really started getting into it with Kate, but
Oh yeah, I totally brought you into it. Yeah. I mean, you've always had my back and
if it's the person that I mean, I could say their name if you want, but I will. I mean,
no, I don't want to give them the fucking notoriety. You know what I mean? They know who I'm talking about, and anybody who looks at the videos knows who I'm talking about. But I just don't want to give them any any more exposure.
I look at people like that, like they need, I just put them over my knee and give them a spanking and send them to their room without dinner. I mean, I don't understand why people do that. Um, but I don't expect people to behave right. I don't expect there to be good comments if, I mean, I decide to go out on YouTube. Um, I don't know. I don't expect, lollipops and sunshine. So I'm not
Hmm.
surprised by some of the comments that I've gotten. And they've been pretty harsh, you know, but
Yeah. Right. I mean, fuck them as a whole, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just it takes an extra special kind of fucking asshole to do that. That's all I'm saying. You know,
yeah,
I think, or maybe they're just venting on me, and if I can be their voodoo doll, their punching doll, and it makes them feel better, then
but it's
have
every
at it,
video.
I guess.
I
You
think
know.
it's flattering. It watches every video.
Yeah, number one fan. Do we have do we have people I
Yeah,
didn't
not many, but
talk that we need to address here? Because I hate it when people ignore people. And I know you do too, so and I haven't loaded it up
this
on
year,
my
John
phone.
K. Hey, John. Yeah, we're alive. We're alive. Oh, John's saying, nomad dying is not sad because he was mixing opiates and benzos. Yeah, that is dangerous. Uh, so
Well, it is dangerous. I don't know. You take that one, sister. I don't know.
I mean,
Well, it is dangerous. Sorry, my echo. I turned it down. Go
um,
ahead.
I know there's a contingent of people that don't think it's sad when a drug addict dies, but I do. I mean, it's just a difference of opinion, I guess. I think it's such a wait. You're only alive for like 5 minutes, and it's such a waste of a life when that happens. And that's what I find sad. It's not so much the individual person; it's that like life is hard enough, so you're only alive for that short amount of time, and that's how it ends. It's sad. So
No, yeah, it's very sad. No matter how it ends. If it's tragic, it's fucked up and it's sad. I don't give a fuck if you took opiates and benzos or if you jumped in a water full of sharks and you meet your end tragically. It's fucked up. Period. I
yeah,
think.
no, I do too. I do too. So that's all the comments for now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so is there any other specific questions that you had so I can get you caught up about the auditing community? I don't know if you know about how
I
Extra
really,
Good Citizen took, you don't,
I don't really know
mm.
too much of anything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's another thing that uh Extra Good Citizen, John, they said that he took this lady's money, but she needed or she put it down as a donation. And I mean it was a good amount of money. It was like 6 G's, right? And then she said she wanted it back. So what do
Huh?
you think? Yeah, she said he flew like uh, Patrick down there, Josh down there, and then did the audit that she wanted, and then
She gave him $6,000 to do one audit.
pretty much, yeah, and she let
Wait,
him
send me $6,000.
right,
I won't do
right.
an audit for you.
But then I guess a whole bunch of shit started, as always, right? And then she wanted her money back, and they said no, that it was a donation, not a payment. So I found that kind of interesting, and
Weird.
that's kind of still playing out
Who's this lady?
as we speak. She goes by Peanut. Her name, I believe, is Lisa.
Peanuts. I'm gonna look it up.
And, maybe it was just peanuts that she gave him in her world. I don't know.
I just don't follow how she gave them $6,000 to do an audit, and then what was the reason she asked for it back?
I guess that it was misappropriation of funds. I guess that they weren't following her instructions.
Oh my God.
So
It's like an idiot soup. I can't. I can't.
they requested it back, and or she requested it back, and they said no, it was a donation.
Well,
So,
that probably wasn't even there. They probably spent it. They probably couldn't give it back.
and then she said, from what I've read, she said, use the rest on dinner or some such novelty to expend the rest of the funds. I don't know, just bringing you up to speed on what I know, and I don't think that that's I don't know.
Well, what do you think? I mean, it seems like you know a little more.
Well, I think it's odd, and this was during the split of No Name and Josh, so I think it's a very odd that Extra Good Citizen hasn't came forward and said this and this and this and this is what I wanted you or her to do with it. And it's hard to say without hearing from him is what I'm saying. I mean, either way, I think a lot of people want to hear from him and want to hear his side of what went on, what's going on.
But he's not saying anything.
No, he's not saying anything at all. And then the other thing that I think you may have missed is the absence of Rick Crude, which I heard today that he did some shit with probation and they violated his not violated, they made him put an app on his phone or his computer which limits the time that he can spend or does spend online.
Oh my God.
I found that kind of odd. You know what I mean? So I think I brought you up to speed so far in all the drama, but yeah, so they threw an app on his shit and are tracking what he does. So, I mean, don't you think it's funny that there was a video made every other day and then all of a sudden it just stopped? Uh, and then there's this whole feud between Salty Rant and A Balance. And they're doing, they're trying to basically dox each other and find out each other's location. And I think that that's taking it too far online. You know what I mean? We all have our online persona and we don't. But when you start mixing that with the real world, I mean, it's like
Yeah, but that's
stalking a soap opera star or whatever, however you want to, whatever analogy you want to put. What do you think?
I think it's a chance to take. Don't I mean we both take a chance. I mean, that already happened to you. I'm sure
Yeah.
the longer I'm on here, it will happen to me. That's just the chance that you take. I mean, I don't really think that there's anything off limits. I mean, if somebody messes with me to a certain point, um, I could see a situation where I would do that. Not ordinarily, but if you push me and push me, then yeah, I could see that. Depends, depends. I mean, I don't know what their beef is about, so.
I wasn't around for the original beef either. I'm just kind of witnessing the aftermath during my spare time. But where do you draw that line? You know what I mean?
If somebody like threatens to come for me or my family or my husband, then that's where I draw the line. So if you threaten me like that, I'm gonna like hunt you down like a dog and find where you are, and then I'll decide what to do with that information. But you can't just sit there and like take a threat like that. I mean, I don't know if that's what happened with them, but that's where I would draw the line.
So, in essence, like you and I, of course, are fair game. But when somebody starts going after any extended or immediate family, then I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, someone that's not like someone that's just connected to me, that's just way out of line. You can make fun of me all you want, write any comment all you want, threaten me, whatever. But if you threaten my family or my dogs, then forget it. Let's see. DJ68 said she's talking about the lady who gave the money. She wanted him to bond out Otto, but they had already done it. So then she said they could use some of it to fly out to meet her, but they ended up using her money to fly Josh and No Name. Extra Good Citizen is a POS thief. Okay, so I guess she gave them money for something that they already did. So
That is, I did forget that. Just to make this clear, the money was to bond out Otto. That that is true. That jogged my memory. Yes, she gave Extra Good Citizen the money to bond out Otto, and if I'm correct, Otto fought with her son in a war, so she wanted him bonded out, and that's why she sent the auditors there. Just to correct myself, because yeah, that was the original intent of the money. Correct.
wait, he fought with
My
her
bad.
son, and that's why she wanted him out.
No, like in Iraq or Iran,
Okay.
her son fought. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So she wanted, uh, as far as my knowledge of that matter goes, yes.
All right. So he should have
Yeah.
told her
So,
that he was already bonded out.
see, now I didn't read that he was already bonded out, but she was going there to bond him out. I I admit that I fucked up on there. Yeah, that that's why
Well,
she. Yeah.
I don't know why you would send $6,000 to a stranger, but
The link for the stream?
the
Sasquatch?
probably the stream of the show that happened on, I would guess.
And okay. No, I don't have the link. I would appreciate if they gave it to me. I'm just recounting from memory, but no. He's a thief, and I also know it's been on video. The Oh no, this one Sasquatch wants to speak with us. I also know the extra good citizen's daughter
Oh, you want
was.
for to come on? Is that
I
what?
think that's what he's saying. Can you see the comments? It's
Yeah.
hard with the phone, and
Yeah. Hang on.
I know his daughter. He for some reason sent his daughter to jail because he thought that they could help her, but she
Wait,
ended up committing suicide.
what? Whose daughter?
Yeah,
Whose daughter went to jail?
extra good citizen.
Who sent her to jail?
I believe he did.
Well, do you know what was going on or why that happened?
I don't know the exact reason why,
Yeah.
but maybe Sasquatch knows. I think she was having addiction problems, or
Well, jail is the worst place to send an.
and then they didn't watch her, and then she ended up
Who you talking
killing
about?
herself.
Hey, Sasquatch,
Hi.
how are you?
Outstanding.
Welcome.
Yeah, that lady that gave extra good citizen the money, she specifically said it was for Otto's bond. And
Yeah.
not for anything else, not for Monkey, not for nothing. Okay. And when he got it back, well, the bond didn't go through because Rockwell wasn't letting anybody bond them out unless it was a local bond agency, and local bond agencies weren't bonding them out, period. They're all in cahoots. And so he got the money back minus 800 frickin' dollars from the bond company. So the bond company ripped him off for $800 from the $7,300 that was supposed to be the total, right?
Wow.
Okay.
And then he went and put it into his 401k. However, he managed to do that, and they both went to the bank, and I guess one of them didn't have enough money in their account to transfer the funds. It's like, well, Jesus Christ, get a check,
Right.
I mean, but no, he kept it. And I firmly believe that was his full intention, was to keep it. Because why would you put it into your 401k?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the check in your hand.
Yeah.
If anything, he could have just signed it, and she would have went on about her merry way. And
Yeah.
once she got to her home bank, then she could have cashed it at her home bank.
Yeah, you only put it in your 401k if you don't want to take it back out. I mean,
Well, from the way I understand it, it's got to go through the way I understand 401ks. It's got to be through your boss to get it done, anyways. You can't just put money in. I mean, you got to fill out forms and shit to just put money into your 401k. I mean, the way I understand it, I could be wrong. It's happened like 1 or 2 million times in my life, but I mean, yeah, that actually, no, he's a piece of crap.
Did I miss anything there, Sasquatch, in what I said, or because
I'm not
I don't
sure.
want to misspeak.
I got here late.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are new to me. I mean, I don't know how long you guys been in this, but to be honest, I've never heard of you guys. I've been doing this 3 years. you know, which ain't very long myself either. I mean, hell, I'm a nobody. You know, I got a little over 1,000 subscribers myself. You know, it's just, hey,
Well, I'm not an auditor. Bill is the one who kind of brought me along into that world, so to speak. So I mostly just comment on it. I don't really know the full ins and outs of everything.
yeah, well, don't feel bad. I mean, there is so much drama going on. It's
There's a lot of
pathetic.
drama. And the other thing I noticed is as a group, auditors have, for some reason, there's a large amount of sex offenders and sexual predators. It's uncanny. It's actually really strange.
News Now Houston's one. He's a convicted rapist.
There are people that I've looked up because I'm nosy and I like to run people through the public records.
Mouse is one.
There are people that it's not publicized, but they've got records.
Hey, I'm upfront about mine. I'm a druggie. I'm convicted for sales, marijuana and meth, way back in the 80s.
Oh God, please.
Well, that's refreshing to hear somebody come on and say that.
Well, it's made me who I am today. I mean, the way I see it, if you're not good for your word, you ain't good for shit.
I totally believe that, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what else can you fill us in on, Sasquatch?
Well, Teresa's having a stream tonight. I suggest you let me get the link. I'll post it in StreamYards.
And Teresa R and Teresa P.
No, Teresa R.
I'm confused on those two.
Teresa R. Teresa Richard. She's good people. Although she's like me, we're one of the Discord trolls. I mean, and that's what's so funny. You know, people keep saying all of this. Well, the Discord. Well, that's where a lot of the information comes from.
Someone left a comment saying they saw me on Discord, but I haven't been on there, and I don't know how long. I dropped back in once and went right back out. So,
which Discord did you go to? There's thousands of them.
Yeah, I have an inactive one. I went to Kenny Klein's. I went to A Balance, and there's one other one. It was kind of a big one. But I didn't go on. I think they were accusing me of being on Masshole Reports Discord, but I think I'm in there. I looked a couple of times, but that's about it. So,
well, I'm in which one? Hell, I'm in a bunch of them. Hell, I even got my own. I'm in the Popular Kids one. I'm in Tambu
one. Yeah, what is that one?
That's a good one. That's where a lot of the information comes from.
Invite us.
We got. I can't. I got to get permission.
Okay.
From you guys, and I got to do it privately.
Okay.
That way, well, I guess I could just give you a one-time use one. Let me hang on. Let me ask.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I heard people have been talking a lot about Discord lately. I think because where I heard about it was from listening to Turtle Boy talk about, I guess, Kate went on Discord and told some lies about him. I don't know the full the full details there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I would really like to know the. Yeah, I check out the Discord.
I would check it out if I had an invite. Let's see.
Denise says the story of Lisa and the money are on the video from News Now South Carolina.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Well, if there's nothing else going on, we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah. We lost Sasquatch. Any other questions, guys? You want to ask us during our reintroduction?
Well, I'm glad you nagged me to come on because it was fun.
It was fun. When we gonna do it again? I'm sorry I had all those technical problems. I will sort those out.
Whenever you want. I mean, my schedule's free. Oh, hey, Kenny. What's happening? How are you? Kenny's in the comments.
Oh, hi, Ken. How are you?
All right. Well.
Hey, sister, did you stream this to my YouTubers too?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Double the comments. Oh, here's Sasquatch.
Oh, is he back? Cool.
Still working on it. Still working on it.
No worries. No worries. I think we're going to wrap this up here. So,
Well,
thank you for coming on and clarifying that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Anything else you want to add?
no, I'm still working on getting you guys that invite.
We appreciate that.
Don't hang up yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll chill till you get it sorted out. That's dope, and I appreciate the offer. Actually,
Kenny Klein just hit 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome.
yeah, that's great. Congrats.
Let's see if there's anything else going on that I can think about.
I wish I had 1,000 subscribers. That way I could take everybody with me when I go shopping live.
Well, hit the subscribe button for Bill. You can hit mine too. Hit the like and subscribe, please.
Do not hit it. Do not punch it. Kick that motherfucker. Kick it.
Let's see. What's in the news today? What can we talk about? The FDA says there's no need to sanitize food packaging after returning from the grocery store. Bullshit.
Wait, can you read that again, please? I didn't hear you.
The FDA says that there is no need to sanitize food packaging after returning from the grocery store.
What's your procedure for that? Like when your husband comes home and brings the groceries,
Yeah.
do you leave them outside? Do you Lysol that bitch? What do you do?
I put them on the counter. I use alcohol. I even alcohol the tangerines. And then once I do that, I clean off the counter with alcohol and or bleach, and I do all the doorknobs. Yeah, everything gets wiped down with alcohol. I mean, what are we doing all this for if not to like be sanitary? You know what I mean? If we're not supposed to disinfect things, then why can't we all go to the store? I mean, stupid.
Right.
You guys didn't eat enough dirt when you were kids.
Wait, someone else is here. NJ Diver.
He's a good guy.
All right. Well, welcome. Your mic's on mute, NJ Diver.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
But yeah, I don't do anything with my groceries.
You don't, Sasquatch?
I bring them in, put them in the refrigerator.
I
I'm
think
not
I didn't-
scared of it.
if I didn't have a compromised immune system, I probably wouldn't be either.
Oh, I do too. I'm overweight, got heart problems, got lung problems. I'm pre-diabetic. I mean, but yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it. If I get it, I get it. I mean,
I really don't want to drown in my own lungs.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, who does? That's a horrible way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad. Cement lungs are bad. Yeah.
Actually, it's more crystalline.
Yeah. Well, either way,
Either way, it sounds.
it's almost as bad as going in fire.
Ooh, I think fire's worse. You give me the virus.
Oh no, we're talking about death. Ah!
Hell,
Jumping off a
I've
bridge.
beaten back the fire beast quite a few times. I was a volunteer firefighter for about 12 years.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
You know what really burns my ass though?
Flames?
Fire about 3 foot tall.
Which?
Wow. Oh my god.
I couldn't resist.
Well, I did get blown back out a front door once.
That's a bucket list item for me.
What, fighting
What,
a
a flashover?
Yeah, but living through it.
No, I had a funky sunburn on one half of my face after that.
That's like you got big balls there, brother.
Yeah.
I don't think I could be a firefighter.
No, I was third generation.
Third generation firefighter?
Yeah, volunteer. My grandfather started the volunteer fire company back in the early 1900s.
Oh wow.
Oh, so you've been in law enforcement for a while.
You not listening. Firefighter.
There's nothing wrong with law enforcement, Bill. Come
My
on.
father was the law enforcement, not me.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
my only, other than working for them in my career as a vendor, but not as law enforcement itself. My father was a police officer for 26 years.
26 years is a long time in my eyes.
That is a long
Yeah,
time.
well, when I retired and I had a battle to get my cash out pension, they told me I worked for the company 40 years, 6 months, and 23 days.
Wow. That
And no, when I left a guy behind me that had 18 months more than me.
we don't see that nowadays that often.
Companies don't like that much anymore.
No, they don't.
No.
They'll push you out long before that.
I guess that's the difference between then and now.
One of many. I mean,
Yeah, but I think it all breaks down to loyalty, right? On either side.
On both sides has to be.
Right.
yeah.
So, do either of you two know anything about not Almost Park, but Leon Valley?
I don't.
I believe Leon Valley is a bad place from what I recall. Now, I'm not talking. It's hard for me to differentiate between Leon Valley and Almost Park. I don't know how close they are because I'm not in Texas, but I've heard stories about both places.
They're just across town.
They're both.
Oh, really?
They're both
Yeah.
near San Antonio.
And
Oh.
I was at the first Almost Park rally way back when, and I'm in the lawsuit with Leon Valley.
Oh, really? You are? Wow. Oh.
So,
What's the lawsuit over?
First, Fourth, 14th Amendment violations.
Oh, is that the one where they did the first like group audit?
No, it wasn't. It was a protest. It went for a couple of weekends.
I
So is that close to Rockwall?
No,
Okay.
I saw
this,
one.
this was bigger than Rockwall.
The Leon Valley incident was where Chief Salvaggio called a press conference. Everybody showed up. He had everyone arrested for being witnesses to what went on earlier in the day and confiscated all their devices.
Oh,
That
I
was one.
see
We
that.
had a flag burning where we burned the blue line flag, and then we brought it back over to their office and was stomping on it and all that. And then there was another one where Mark Brown and Mexican Padilla both got arrested, and Mark Brown, who's Tucson police suck, he got tased, and he was out in the street, and they forced him back onto their property and tased him.
Really?
When you do something like burning the flag, what are you hoping to accomplish by doing
Well, it
it?
was the blue line flag, wasn't the
blue line
American flag.
is different.
Okay,
It was
no,
the white, black, and blue flag.
okay. What are you have to understand, I'm not part of the auditing community. That's why I'm asking, like, what is the representation of burning the blue line flag?
It's symbolic of not wanting that item included in the vernacular, really.
Amen.
Okay.
That's
mean-
the flag itself is a desecration of the American flag.
And there's a lot of good
that.
people that died for the American flag. And then for them to put a little blue line across it and change the color, it's a defamation. It's an insult to all the vets and anybody that's ever served.
Okay. Well,
I
I agree
mean,
with you there.
It's a huge
I'm very
misappropriation.
strongly about that.
Huge misappropriation of shit people have died for. I can't stand the blue line. Oh,
Yeah, you can't just co-opt the American flag like that. I mean,
They're doing
and
it.
why don't they come up with their own goddamn flag?
they should. I mean, the military does.
Right? Sasquatch, NJ, what are your thoughts on that?
Each individual state has its own flag.
I mean, does the police want to put a flag on their uniform? Put the American flag on your uniform.
Yes.
You don't need no blue line on it.
Right. Right. Talk about a false flag.
And for anyone that looks at a modern military combat uniform, yes, everything's in drab, including the American flag, but there's a tactical reason for it.
Crap. I got to go turn my coffee pot on. I'll be right back.
Caffeine addicts. Yeah,
So what you're saying, NJ, is it's okay to camouflage or whatever, I mean, just so you don't have a target on your back, but it's not okay to misappropriate our colors, correct?
If you look at the code that deals with the American flag, it's actually a violation of that code. But no one enforces it.
Right. It's a flag code, violation, but it's a violation in their favor. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. If I were to run down the street and put my tag, my symbol, my whatever on an American flag, people would be pissed, and rightfully so, because I have enough honor and respect to not disrespect that flag that people have fought and died for, because I appreciate it. And why is it okay for law enforcement to somehow create their own like, and I keep saying misappropriation, whatever, their own validation, if you will, of the flag, knowing a symbol that's already established? I mean, so somehow being a part of law enforcement gives them that right?
Well, I guess they figure no one's gonna fuck with them, you know?
The arrogance is what I don't care for.
Yeah, same.
Because
If
there is,
you want to look, I put it in. I put the title and chapter in the.
I see it now.
I see it. Thanks. Okay.
well, I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Actually, I have to go. But thank you so much for coming on and explaining it. Thank you, NJ Diver, for coming on and for posting the flag code.
Check out Teresa's stream tonight.
Okay.
And Teresa R, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's not Teresa struck by lightning. Just
Nope.
trying to get my shit straight. Okay. Gotcha.
Teresa
Yeah,
Richard. I put the link in the YouTube one.
You got it. Did you get us into that Discord, Sasquatch?
Still working on it. It's a private server, so
Okay. No problem. Just asking.
I believe that's it right there.
Yeah, what you can't see on my logo there is supposed to say Link Floyd. The pictogram there is kind of stealing from Pink Floyd there. It's the Dark Side of the Moon album. But the logo in the center of the triangle is my normal logo.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I used to be a sport diver.
One of the best albums ever.
Ever.
I would agree.
It used to be the best-selling album for quite a few decades.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again. Thanks, Bill. Bill will be coming on and doing this again whenever Bill says so.
I'm down whenever you want to, sister. And I appreciate everybody's participation. I thank you very much, Sasquatch and Jay. I really appreciate you guys coming on. And let's do it again. I think we should set a schedule so it's not impromptu.
Okay,
I'll
Bob.
talk to sister about that. And I love y'all.
All right.
Later.
Peace.
Good evening.